All right, guys, take two of this. I just want to talk about music, and I went on, I rambled on too much. I want to just list a bunch of bands I really liked, and I just want to kind of get to the point. I want to make this as short as possible. Uh, I've always had a unique taste in music, so you know, I wanted to talk about it a little bit more, and I haven't made a video about this. I had to look it up, make sure I didn't still have this video because I guess it was out of date, so I haven't really talked about it in a while. But like I said, my music tastes are very different. I don't follow any specific fan base. I'm not a metalhead. You can't call me a metalhead. You can't call me a hater. Because I like all types of music, at least for certain songs. Generally, I don't like rap. I don't like hip hop. I don't like pop much, or at least the slut pop. I don't like country at all, hardly. That's probably even less so than anything else. But um, there was a time where I kind of got into more country, but anyways, um, I've always had a unique taste in music. There's never been a time where I've been like one of the guys. That's always kind of sucked. Growing up, it's starting to kind of me with social anxiety, and that's a video for another time. Because I've made videos on that topic before, but basically, it's like it's hard to connect with people. And and one thing that sucks is I've always been proud of my taste in music. At least as when I was in high school and middle school. More so in high school because I did have more of a unique taste in music back by then. But I never could connect with people because that I have a unique taste in everything. There's a few things that I like that everybody knows. I like Avenged Sevenfold. That's my favorite band I associate with because a lot of people know it, and it's kind of easier just to tell people some my favorite band, and they'll at least understand what type of band they are and what kind of music I listen to. So that's generally what I tell people, even though they are my favorite band in a way. Not really so much anymore. I got tired of them a little bit, but because music gets old, at least for me. Because I listen to a lot of the same music, and then I move on. I've had all my life. I've really progressed music wise, and I'll get into that a little bit later if I remember. But um, basically, I'm into metalcore, hard rock, symphonic metal, uh, and there's not specific bands that I like that usually people of those genres like. Like symphonic metal, people associate Nightwish is the best band or the most likable band. Most people know that genre for that band. That is not my favorite band. It's my friend's favorite band, which he's black, and that's kind of weird to a lot of people, I would think. Because you don't really hear black people listen to symphonic metal of all things. Not even really metal, hardly, but symphonic metal of all things. Yeah, me and my friend Chris, we've always kind of had the same taste in music. I think we kind of share each other's. We kind of bounce each other's tastes off each other. That's why we like it. Like I like a little more hip hop more now than I did. At least I'm at least open to it. I can't say I'm into it, but I like Eminem and Outkast and Tech Nine and a little bit of other people. But generally, I'm not into that type of music. But and he's into pretty much all the music I've already named. He's into everything too. Neither of us like really country. I'm more into country than he is, and I'm not really into the country that much. He's not really into pop. I don't think all at all. So so yeah, we bounce each other's ideas. We're best friends, and we've always hung out together. So we probably started like we always made this joke where we have this brain fungus. We always connect brains. We always make this sign right here, and it kind of looks perverted, but uh, it's a sign where our brains are connected, like it's a stem. Yeah, that's kind of we have a lot of inside jokes, but you, you could write a story with the amount of inside jokes we have. Do you have any friends like that where you just have all these inside jokes? You have this like sense of humor, kind of like inside. basically, or you really can goof off about stupid shit, and we have a lot in common. That's me and Chris. We've been friends since eighth grade, 8 years old, third grade. Yeah, we've been getting in trouble ever since. But that let's move on to the music. But yeah, I've always had a unique taste in music, but I've never even followed the. I've never been like a hater. Like metalheads usually hate everything but metal. Maybe a few exceptions, and they like pretty much all the hardest core music. At least the nerds on the internet. The nerds on the internet that are like the passionate metalhead fans only like screaming music. They only like the most aggressive. They do not like any tones that are toned down. They don't like anything. They like constant high tones. And that to me is like, how do you listen to the music constantly? Are these fans like only been fans for the past year or two? Because to me, that sounds like you would get tired of that type of music if you would listen to only that type of music. I don't know. I don't understand metalheads at all. And then there's mainstream music. I hate mainstream music generally. I hate Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, uh, Nicki Minaj. I don't like any. Lady Gaga's all right. I admit I like some of her songs. She's probably the best uh, mainstream pop artist right now, and that's sad. I made a comment a while back that that the fact that I think Lady Gaga is the only good thing on the radio when she's not even that good herself. That explains how dead FM radio is. It really does. I probably said that in a recent video. It sounds like I did, but it has to be said again. That is a sad day. Not even a sad day. FM radio has been dead for years, but for some reason, people listen to it. Probably car radios only, because a lot of people still have car radios, and a lot of people probably don't have CDs, and they just listen to whatever's on the radio. So that gives them some sort of publicity. But whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna list a bunch of bands that I like, and some of them are hated by fan bases, like My Chemical Romance. That's hated by metalheads. The metalheads hate emo music. Period. All right, all right. Here's my list. I'm just gonna name the top of my head: Avenged Sevenfold, Mudvayne, Slipknot, Stone Sour, Hell Yeah, um, Chiodos, Him. I've been listening to him a lot lately. Um, they for the past few weeks I've been listening to nothing but him, and I used to not really be into them, but here lately I've kind of my mindset has changed to where I can enjoy them more. All right, moving on. I like Eminem. I like Outkast, Take Nine. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. Uh, I like the Dixie Chicks, at least for the one album. I can't say I'm into the Dixie Chicks, but let's just say I'm into that one album. I rented it from the library because I was into the song "Not Ready to Make Knives." Long story short, I liked the album. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. I've listened to other country albums. I can't. It's not that It's just that was a actually pretty damn good album for me. It was anti metal, and maybe that's kind of part of the reason I liked it. But it had a lot of. I liked it. There's no explaining it. I just liked that album. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but yeah, that's not very manly to admit, but I do. What else do I like? I liked Kid Rock growing up. When I was growing up, I was into rap rock, rap metal and stuff. Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, Linkin Park, Papa Roach, stuff like that. That was me at 11 years old. I loved that. That was when I first started getting my own taste in music. I'm a big Kiss fan, lifelong, because that's nostalgic for me. Uh, so I grew up as a big Gene Simmons fan. Uh, Oddly enough, I'm not gonna get into it, but anyway, yeah, that I was really influenced by them, and I listened to my mom's music growing up before then, so that's part of it. She was into hair metal pretty much, hair metal, Journey, Bon Jovi was her favorite bands, and a few others, but Motley Crue, I have to admit, that's probably her favorite band. Uh, I think it switches for her like it does for me. Like you think, I think Atreyu's my favorite band, and then I think Avenged Sevenfold's my favorite band, and then I think Mudvayne's my favorite band, and then I thought Epico's my favorite band, which is a symphonic metal band. With Temptation, like I do like Nightwish, not as much as a lot of people do, but yeah, they're good. That is my friend's favorite band. Like I said, the black guy. um, who else do I like? I like. I want to name System of a Down. Serge Tankian by himself, his solo albums. They're pretty good too. Uh, I love the song by like Corey Taylor. When I'm gonna name Stone Sour and Slipknot, he also sings a song about Christmas. I don't. If I ain't drunk, then it ain't Christmas. Look it up. It's a funny song. I love that song. Um, what else? Uh, I don't like Lamb of God. I don't like speed metal. I don't like hair metal now. Like, well, some hair metal. You know the bands like what was it, Black Tide or whatever they're called. A lot of the bands that sound very 80s. Sister Sin, I just got into. They're 80s sounding mixed with new, kind of like European, but I don't know. They kind of have a lot of symphonic metal in like feel, but or at least the melodic tone of them that does. But they're very 80s sounding. They sound like Rat. You know the band Rat, round and round. Uh, they kind of have that voice, and it's a woman, but she has that very singing voice. The very I don't know how to sound it. Say it. It's a voice that a lot of '80s bands, Skid Row, Rat, kind of had that grungy voice. I loved it. I love Skid Row, at least for the two songs, 18 in Life and I Remember You. Uh, at least I'm not into that type of music anymore, really. But I generally kind of go back to the '80s. They're more of a hit song. I've never really found a '80s band that has a all around good album for me. They're very hit song based uh, decade. The '80s is probably the most popular decade in history for music, and they have hit song after hit song. I like a lot of weird music, like Paul Abdul's what was it called? Uh, Straight Up. You know that song. She's probably my most famous song. I like that one song. And I like weird shit like that. I like Amazing by Lone Star. I like my favorite country song is Whiskey Lullaby. I don't know if I mentioned this. I made two takes of this video. So if I mentioned something twice, my bad. Like I said, I had to redo this video because it went over like 20 minutes long, or 30 minutes long almost. I went on and on and on. I basically want to talk about kind of how I'm into music and a list of actual bands. Uh, Basically, I want to give you my mindset of why I listen to the music I listen to. But yeah, I've always been to aggressive with melodic, melody music. I like the kind of mixture. I like the hardcore, the edgy. Music usually has to be edgy for me, and then it has to be very beautiful, very artistic sounding. Um, I like OTEP. Oddly enough, I'm watching a video, interview by OTEP because I'm interested in how I never really watch interviews by her. Kind of understanding the person behind the music. I really like doing that. Especially when you never heard the artist before. I've always listened to OTEP. Their last two albums are trash. Their new one that's about to come out, I think it's going to be good. At least I've heard a few songs on the album. It's a lot better than the last two albums. Those last two albums were trash to me. They just sounded so generic and so like just metal. That's all it was really. There was no like Smash the Control Machine, Ghost Flowers. There was no songs like that. It was like, ugh. In this moment. Um, who else? Theory of a Dead Man I like pretty much. Blue October has to be mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned. I think I mentioned Chiodos already. If I mispronounce any of these bands, I don't know if I've ever heard. Yeah, I think I've heard than pronounced. But Treyu is probably my favorite band. Uh, One of my favorite bands like that. I've always been into Treyu. That was one of the first metal bands I was into. It's hard to really say at this point. Beartooth, uh, Sister Sin, like I've already mentioned, and uh, it's hard to get into new music now because there's like less and less uh, talented bands, in my opinion. Like 21 Pilots is a band that's very alternative, but I got into them because just it was different, but there was good at the same time. Uh, but basically, I'm gonna stop it here. 15 minutes is long enough. Almost 16, might as well say. And basically, I want y'all guys to tell me what kind of music you're into, and we'll go back and forth if we're into the same type of music of bands that maybe we can get each other into. And yeah, so that's basically it. And if you're into metal, or are you a hater of like everything else? If so, why? Because and if you are into the constant same style of music, how do you listen to it for so long? Do you just not get tired of music? Like I've never really understood that. Like I don't see how people don't get tired of certain things. Over the years, I've listened to different music, and I'm kind of progressing back into some of the old music I got at it, like Shinedown, Hymn, stuff like that. I've kind of understood how to love bands I really couldn't get into before. So that's what's great about getting older. My mindset changing. I love my mindset right now. Music is great again. So that's all I got to say, guys. Thanks for watching. Just list some bands you like, or artists, or music genres. I kind of want to get a gist of what people watch, their taste in music is.